going to get a lot of rain.
Oh yeah, and it starts overnight tonight. In fact, we're talking rates at times of half an inch per hour.
Oh,
I mean,
man,
that is just, yeah, so it's going to cause ponding on the roads. And think about tomorrow morning, that commute. You're not even going to be able to see very well. Your windshield wipers are going to be working overtime. And take a look at all the rain we've already had. So we're already oversaturated. That's why we have flood watches in effect. Over 10.5 inches so far, about 10.5 inches so far for Portland. So we are at a surplus of about 7.5 inches. And by the time we get done with this, we could be looking at the wettest December on record ever for Portland. And of course, we still have next week to get through with more wet weather. And of course, down in Astoria, over a foot of rain there. So flood watch is in effect. Starts tomorrow morning. So there usually is a little bit of lag time between the heavy rain coming down and the river starting to rise. So we'll likely start to see that happen tomorrow afternoon. And we're going to have that possibility for them to reach flood stage yet again. And that flood watch goes until early Saturday morning. The Willamette, not expected to hit flood stage. It's going to be some of the same rivers that we saw last time that we're going to have to keep that close eye on. And then of course the winter weather, you have that cold air that'll be funneling through the gorge here, easterly winds meeting with that deep moisture. And so we have winter weather advisories where we could see some snow developing after rain tonight, snow mixing in with some sleet, 1 to 3 inches there. And then of course gusty easterly winds. You get up an elevation at all and it does get a lot heavier. So keep that in mind. And that goes all the way down the east slopes of the Cascade Mountains back into central Oregon too, where we could see 2 to 4 inches of snow overnight tonight into early tomorrow. It does start to back off a little bit tomorrow afternoon. And then the heaviest stuff, of course, for the Cascades, the upper Hood River Valley, and that's where we have winter storm warnings in effect. We'll also have those strong gusty winds, especially along the Cascades, up near 50 miles an hour at times. And we could see a foot or more, 1 to 2 feet of snow by the time we get to early Friday, 3 to 6 inches in the upper Hood River Valley, and then out towards John Day, several inches of snow and into Baker City as well. So keeping a close eye on that. So keep in mind, if you're heading east, travel is going to be very tricky for you just because you're going to have to deal with that winter weather. But even in and around the valley and the metro area, we're going to have that water on the road, so that will be a problem too. So here's how it pans out this evening. We have plenty of dry time for now. Even by 9 o'clock, it's just starting to get going south of Portland. By midnight, it's starting to settle on in. And as we go into the overnight hours and in the morning, this is when we're going to start to see those really heavy rain rates. So a very wet start, a wet commute. We have that winter weather out along I-84 out towards the Dalles and Pendleton. It continues through most of the day tomorrow. We may see it back off a little bit at times tomorrow afternoon up in southwest Washington. Portland will be right on the fringe of that. But you get south of Portland and it just stays steady, steady, steady. And so that's where we'll see the highest rain totals. And look at that. We have more heavy stuff rolling through again tomorrow night. And then finally by Friday morning, we're trying to break free from it. And we'll see scattered showers from time to time. Those showers could be heavy at times, but at least we'll get some downtime in between them. And then of course we're wrapping things up with more mountain snow. There will be a time period tomorrow afternoon where we'll see those snow levels go up a little bit. So we'll have that switch over from really, really heavy snow to a bit of rain, freezing rain, and then it'll eventually flip on back to snow. So it shouldn't be too rough on our ski resorts. And of course we're going to be waking up to a lot more snow up that way by tomorrow morning. Saturday arrives. This will be the day that we get a break, probably the driest day of the next several. And then Sunday, another system moves in. That one will be colder and not quite as wet though. Your forecast for the coast, heavy rain 2 to 4 inches by tomorrow afternoon, and then we'll see more on top of that tomorrow night. Gusty winds to 35. Small craft advisories are in effect too for higher seas and stronger winds. I-5 low 50s with heavy rain 1 to 2 inches, and we're going to be looking at those winds at about 15 to 25. And then in central and eastern Oregon, snow showers heaviest overnight. Cascades, we'll be watching for snow and rain. Again, rain briefly tomorrow. The snow levels will go from about 3,000 feet on up to 7,000 feet by the end of the day, but then they drop again by Friday. And then that slushy mix back through the gorge along with blustery easterly winds. 7-day forecast, and we're looking at temperatures in the mid-40s. For the next few days, a little drier Saturday. Sunday, more rain returns. It'll be a chilly rain, and we'll see a lot more mountain snow to come along with that. And don't forget, you can download the PDX weather app to keep track of the rain, the temperatures, the wind, and of course, you'll also get an alert. It actually tracks where you are, and so if your area is under any kind of weather alert, it comes straight to you, and so that's very helpful too when the weather's as active as it is right now.
Okay, if you haven't downloaded it, that is the neatest thing.
It really is.
And it's a tool you can, like I say, it's like having
time.
It's having KOIN weather right in your pocket.
You get the whole weather team right there.
It's right
Pull us
there.
right out.
There you go. All right.
We'll be
Thanks,
right
Kristen.
back.
Coming up.